Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, I needed that.
Yeah, That's good, doesn't it? Welcome to Universe Tinkering. I'm John.
I'm Jennifer, and this is a channel that we created this year. It's brand new, and where we play and tinker with all things law of attraction.
We are doing a 31-day challenge. It's a change your energy, change your life challenge. And what we're doing for this challenge is we're getting up early for 31 days. We're doing a fun activity that will help set the energy, right for the day.
We sure are. So for 31 days, we're just doing something fun in the morning, silly and lovely. But before we get into more of that and into our actual activity for the day, we do like to give a little bit of background of how we came up with it. So this idea just kind of flowed into our head after we started doing meditations and specific meditations from a Dr. Joe Dispenza. So Dr. Joe Dispenza definitely approaches the law of attraction from a more scientific point of view, really understanding brain waves, how the brain and body and the heart and all kind of the energy centers or chakras as people might know them as, kind of all work together and help bring about your awareness. And through meditation, we were getting great results. We didn't really set out on this journey to lead here, really. It's something that's kind of evolved naturally. And so we started meditating at night just because we wanted to relax and feel good and maybe get better night's sleep. And then it's just kind of grown into meditating 3 times a day. That's morning, kind of like late afternoon, and right before we go to bed. And so we've been really enjoying the process and the experience of meditation. And Dr. Joe often in his meditations, especially the morning ones, really focuses on how you need to start your day off right. How we vibrate, how we manifest, how we create our future and enjoy our present moment really relies upon heavily just how good we're feeling. That's another way of saying energy. So how happy you are, how good you're feeling, how positive you are, that all just flows into your energy for the day, your attitude, your mood. So with that, how do you keep a great positive, great mood, great attitude, energy throughout the whole day is you start it off right. You get the positive ball rolling instead of the negative one. And unfortunately for a lot of us, we started to notice that when we were to wake up, even after we were doing meditations, sometimes it's still easy to click into some old programming of negative thoughts, worries, trying to anticipate the future, too much problem solving, too worried about a to-do list, and then just maybe pointing out everything that is either not to your liking, just criticizing, all that kind of stuff. And it's really easy to click into that in the morning time. And so how do you keep your thoughts positive and keep it throughout the day? So we wanted to put some action behind our thoughts. Does that make sense? Yeah. Some action behind our thoughts. And so that's how we came up with this 31-day Change Your Energy, Change Your Life challenge. And the energy that we wanted more of, how we wanted to change our life, is we wanted to feel as if we were, 5 or 6 again. Mm-hmm. We wanted to look at the world with bigger eyes that maybe sparkle just a little bit more. We want colors to be more vibrant, food to taste better, all that kind of really in the moment appreciating stuff where you feel fun and fancy free, lightheartedness, like a kid again, remembering all the things that you love, being nostalgic, being brave to try new things. This is the kind of energy that we have been experiencing and really have been enjoying these 29 days. So today is 29.
Day 29.
Day 29. And by activities, it's just fun, simple stuff. If this is the first video that you're watching, that's great. We have 28 other videos for you to watch to kind of see a bunch of examples of fun activities. But activities are going to be different from us or different for you, because our activities, we wanted to make sure that they were simple and available to us. So even though it was a new routine that we were creating in the morning, we really wanted to feel a little bit of interest in drawing us to it. And so whenever you're doing something new, sometimes there's that feeling of, oh, I don't need to do that. Let's just go back to bed. What are we doing? We're being silly, playing with Play-Doh before, like, super early in the morning. Like, what the heck, right? But that's where the power comes from. You don't need to wake up and play with Play-Doh, but because the world is sparkly and new, and there's an attitude of why not? Why not? What if I did get up and play with Play-Doh, which is what we did yesterday. So there are little activities, stuff you have around the house, little to no prep, and you just want to create a good mood and energy. So you pick an activity that either you've done before that you don't know why you're not doing more regularly because it makes you feel happy, or maybe something that you've always wanted to do that you just haven't stopped to make time for because you're an adult and you're busy and you have more important things to do. So now's the time to slow down, and it's time to make the time. Once we kind of got going in this change your energy, change your life, we are recently coming into a moment of awareness, a moment of consciousness. We are in the journey right now, right? And so we decided, let's film ourselves, let's share that with the world. We have very little to no experience prior to this with social media and uploading videos. I did not have an Instagram account. I did not have a Facebook account. Basically, the only thing I did prior to this was look on Pinterest. And so this is all brand new to us. And this is a next level adventure to get to talk to you through the power of our camera and the power of YouTube, which is really, really neat for us. And so we're doing that for us and for you. We want to use this as a way to motivate us in our teachings and our journey, and really keep expanding ourselves with the law of attraction. But we're also wanting to do it for you because we intend to share our journey, and we really do intend that through the sharing of our own journey, we might help you on with yours. And so with that, we make sure that we talk about our observations. How is this changing our life? How is it changing our energy? How are our brains thinking? How are our bodies feeling? And where are we at on day 29? So,
yeah. Well, I'm going to start off with an observation for me. And I think at the core of it is honesty, actually. And it really comes down to my awareness that I've gained of honesty. And I think that if you go on this journey, you might find that you have a similar experience. But what I've found is this core desire of myself to really be honest. And I always thought that I was an honest person. I always felt like I was an honest person. But as I became more aware, and as we were doing these exercises, I became aware of these routines, these programs that were being fired off that were less than the honesty that I feel that I'm capable of. And to give like maybe a specific example, it's just maybe summarizing something in a way that kind of wraps it up neatly in a bow so that you don't have to really talk about it.
Kind of glosses it over.
It kind of glosses it over,
leaves
right?
details out, yeah.
Yeah. And what I've really become aware of is that when you're truly honest, you're honest with your inner being or your subconscious. And I became aware of the fact that everything that I say, my subconscious listens to. And if I'm telling somebody else something that's less than what I fully and truly believe, I'm lying to my inner being, and I'm lying to myself, and I'm telling myself that I would rather have the lie than the honesty. And becoming aware of that has been really profound to me, and I've been able to notice moments and very much at the beginning, I would say it was very awkward, because I would kind of pause. I would just kind of like freeze up like a deer in headlights and be like, whoa, I'm like realizing that I, have a little, cute saying for this when I'm feeling that way, but that's not really honest to how I'm feeling in that moment. And so I fumbled a few times, and I'm still fumbling. I'm sure both of us can attest to.
We're both fumbling, yeah.
Yeah, and it feels great, and in a particular moment, it felt like, ooh, how am I going to get through this with myself? But I persevered, and I did, and I feel like I'm over that kind of mid-hump and kind of clearing out the boulders, if you will. So
yeah.
I would encourage you guys, if you start feeling, feelings around how you're honest with yourself, you're honest with other people, know that it's something that I feel is probably common, and is going to be a great thing for you to get through with yourself. It's going to be a lot of fun. So go for it when it comes around.
Yeah, I think that really touches on the feeling of like being genuine.
Yeah.
And you say lying, and it's not like you're hiding a bunch of secrets, but it is a lie because you're not being like genuine in the moment. And I think all of us do that, whether we're around certain people, we're at work, or whatever the social situation is, we tend to conform. We tend to try to keep things easy for other people. We don't want to ruffle any feathers or anything like that. So we kind of come up with ways of mirroring ourselves. We both worked in retail for a very long time, so we're used to just being polite and mirroring another person. And mirroring means you just sort of match the other person's energy. And so we basically, most of our adult work life, have taught ourselves to match other people's energy.
Yeah, and even my grandfather taught me growing up, never ruin a story for the sake of accuracy. So it was definitely, I think, programmed by myself and by society and my family. And
I feel like my family also, as well as the storytelling, my family at times, lovey family, tends to take details and make them a little bit more dramatic, just a little bit more grand, for the sake of making the story entertaining. And I do that. I know I do that, and I know a lot of other people do that because I hear it and I sense it too. And so I think sometimes we throw some flair in for the sense of flair, some drama for the sense of drama. But what's really, really nice is when you're so connected to yourself and you release the fear of judgment that other people might have on you, you feel a little bit more free to kind of just like say what you're feeling, and in just like a really calm way. Mm-hmm. Or just be connected with how you feel about what's happening. A lot of times, in social situations or with other people, I would just sort of gloss over, keep smiling, be silly, mirror their, entertain them, and then you get home and you feel kind of crappy and you're like, what did they say? You start analyzing what they said about you, and then what you said. So you're not only worried about what they said and what that might mean, you're worried about what you said, and maybe you said something wrong, and you start like rehashing, the last like event in your head, and why? Yeah. And so I think it's just really empowering to just be so boldly connected to yourself. And it doesn't mean that you're not polite. It doesn't mean that you're not loving. It just means that you're connected in the moment. Would I love to give you a specific example right now to really like bring it in? Of course, I can't think of one right now, but again, these videos were just kind of giving little snips, little observations, but we're realizing that we've got some like chunky observations. Mm-hmm. And as we're getting longer into this 31-day change your energy, change your life challenge, the more like big the topic is, or like you said, the bolder, meaning kind of we have like boulders kind of in our subconscious, emotional boulders, or things that we need to work through. We need to kind of break them apart and make little rocks. And then as we kind of make little rocks, and we find a new boulder, and that's just how it's going to be. And in fact, we might never get to a place where there are 0 boulders, but at least that's the work, and that's the progress that we're continuing to make.
And it's definitely worth it. You get that sense that I think when we were discussing things yesterday, we kind of talked about it. It's like you get to this point where it's like it doesn't make sense to do anything, partially. It's like you're all in. You got to just jump in, right? And if you're just doing part of it, you're going to go back. And whenever you see that challenge, just take that commitment. Another thing that really is awesome about giving up that is that the feeling of like competition when you're even having a conversation with somebody goes away, like that sense that like, oh well, they told a silly story about something that happened to them in the day. I had something that happened to me during the day. I can tell my story and one up them a little bit, that kind of thing. All that stuff kind of goes away, and you start to appreciate their story for their story.
Yeah.
And
you become a better listener.
Yeah. So it does really, when you do these little things, you're going to start to see a huge benefit in many different parts of your life. And just be open to that and be amazed and delighted when you start seeing those things.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that. And like I said, we're talking about law of attraction, and everyone really loves to talk about like manifestations, like money stuff, things. But as we're getting deeper into exploring, like the real jewels is like your soul. Like the real like satisfaction is like being calm and happy and proud of yourself, like in a social situation, being so connected to your genuine self that you can feel to be honest in any conversation with anybody. Like that's the treasure right there. And so as we started this, really interested in kind of the excitement of like money, the excitement of things, because guess what? We want money. We want things, yay, and that's all good and dandy, and those wants haven't fallen away. But what's replaced it is this like really deep satisfaction with satisfaction, and we are getting treasures that were unknown. We are finding enemies that live within our bodies that we didn't really know about, and now we're saying, oh, hello, I see you there. Get out, right? Don't need ya, thanks a lot, bye-bye. Right,
you realize maybe you've just kind of closed the door on it and left it behind there. Now it's like, throw that door open.
Throw it open.
Send that person packing.
Yeah, I want to say the hardest part is the realizing. Because once you realize what your boulders are and who's behind those doors that you don't want, like within yourself, then instantly they almost start to go away just by putting light on it. And so by putting light on you're like, my storytelling isn't connected to me. My storytelling isn't giving people an accurate connection to myself, to my genuine thoughts or feelings or observations. I'm trying to tell a story for, assuming that's, for who? For who? Yeah.
So now you get to tell a story for you.
Now you get to tell a story for you. And so that's a great observation, Love. I think it's, again, another really big topic that I'd love to explore.
We'll probably be talking about it for the rest of our lives.
And in many more videos to come. So please subscribe. After our 31-day Change Your Energy, Change Your Life, we're going to just roll in to write more content that follows us in our journey and really just allows us to open up and talk more about what we're experiencing as we really tinker with the law of attraction. I always feel like the last couple days, I should change my affirmation. The last couple days I've been really enjoying you having bigger topics and me having little ones. So my observation is around makeup. So my relationship with makeup has always been a foe, not a friend. And so I've grown up, you know, obviously I've worn makeup, and I've never really been like a big makeup wearer, but I do put on makeup. My style has normally been like light and natural, and for work or going to school or whatever, going out into public, you know, that's when I'd put makeup on. And I've never ever enjoyed the process. And in fact, like just sort of getting ready, I'm like, boys have it so easy, right? I've been jealous of boys pretty much my whole life of how easy they have it with their grooming tasks. And I felt like I had always a billion grooming tasks, right? Wash hair, blow dry hair, curl hair, wash face, moisturize face, put on the makeup, shave legs, right? There's so much to do. And I've always just wanted to like sleep into the last possible moment. So these things have always just like prevented me from getting more sleep. And so, never really a big fan of makeup. Down the line, you know, like have bought myself new makeup to try to like get excited about it, you know, like just like that's how I was trying to like motivate myself to like get more into it, you know, learn how to do eyeshadow better, learn how to contour my face, all these fun things that are really popular right now with makeup. And I think makeup can be beautiful. I think women without makeup are beautiful. I think it's all beauty. But it's also a fun thing, if you're open to it.
Yeah.
So my observation is that since we've been doing these videos, we've been waking up early, and I think when we first started doing the videos, I wasn't putting any makeup on, maybe just like the tiniest little bit. And then I started getting like my routine down, and I started being more open to like playing with eyeshadows and playing with blushes. And so for the last 29 days, I've been waking up and just playing. So instead of makeup being like something I had to do to rush to get to work on time, it's now something that I get to play with in the morning that makes me feel that much more beautiful and ready to go and sparkly, fresh.
Awesome.
And so like now makeup is like a fun activity, and I enjoy the artistry of playing with the different colors. I'm still experimenting. I don't think I've like mastered anything. Like I'm not interested in like making videos for people. I'm just saying that I personally am enjoying it, and it's a special time for me. And plus I can look at myself in the mirror and tell myself amazing things. I can, you know, think about the day. So it's a great time also to kind of set your intentions for the day, reconnect to yourself, reconnect to beauty and your inner beauty and your outer beauty. And so I'm loving makeup, and I'm excited to kind of tinker with my makeup, buy a few new colors here and there, and just like have fun with it, opposed to it being a task that I have to do because I'm a girl and girls are supposed to wear makeup, right? So it doesn't feel like that anymore. That's old feelings. New feelings is I get to wear makeup. It's super fun. It makes me feel great, and it actually it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. So
that's awesome. Yeah, falling in love with what you do, especially when it's something for yourself.
yeah.
That's really cool. It's like treat yourself,
Treat yourself.
right? Yeah. Give a little love yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the things you do for yourself. Cool.
Yeah, so it's fun to actually like throw away some things that you thought were you, right? I thought I was a person who just wasn't girly. You know, I'm not girly. I don't like makeup. I don't like doing my hair, but I do it anyways. And now I'm like just peeling that back and be like, I don't have to label myself, and I can experiment. And I experimented. I was open, and now I love makeup. There you go. There you go.
Thank you. I really like that. I needed a moment to just kind of let that wash over me. Yeah.
Now we're rolling into our activity.
Day 29. We decided that since we're up early and we haven't done it yet, and the timing is pretty great, we're gonna go out and we're gonna just watch the sunrise. It's 36 degrees outside, so we're gonna bundle up a little bit, and Yeah,
and bring some hot cocoa.
Yes, bring a nice warm
and
beverage.
Gloves and wool scarves and
boots.
warm boots and maybe a wool blanket up to top, our jackets off.
With just a small gap to be able to pour hot liquid into the lips. No, I think it's going to be beautiful out there. Yeah, and just watch the sun come up before we go.
Wake up our beautiful baby boy. And start the day and get into playtime and dancing and singing and all the amazingness that we get to do with our beautiful child.
Yeah.
Let's go watch the sunrise.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
So
that was good.
I think the sunrise is such like a special thing, and I would love to do it more often. And it's like I don't know, it's a magical time. I think Dr. Joe has talked about how like your brain naturally thinks differently, like in the sunrise and the sunset, the sunrise and the twilight, like there is an actual atmospheric scientific something with that makes us feel happy and better. I don't know, I'm just saying what was on the top of my head, but it's a great time to feel like spiritual and connected, and that like the world is just magical. So
it's like a reminder that like the world is waking up for you every morning. Like the sun comes up and rises for you. You are a divine center of creation, and it's all for you.
Yeah, it's all for you. So those are the feelings and those are the vibes that we get to kind of continue throughout our whole days, like the majestic beauty, magicalness of divine energy, nature, and everything amazing. So thank you for joining us today on day 29. We only have a couple more days left. It's awesome and it's scary and it feels like we can do this forever, but we're just gonna keep going to our 31 days, and then we'll see what we have planned next for our tinkering adventures.
Got a little format change idea coming up.
Yeah, so we've got some things speaking to us, so we're really excited.
Be excited.
We're very excited, and subscribing actually is a great and easy way to stay connected to us and our content. And if you give our video a big thumbs up, that actually helps our channel grow, and so we'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Happy tinkering, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.